Appreciate you sliding through. We got Devin Wade, you know what I'm saying? Slid through.
Yeah, I'm here.
We got ACAF 221 South 52nd Street. So what's your thoughts on being an ACAF?
I love the spot, man. It got that tradition that you told me about, man. You know, it being passed down from your pop, all of that, man. Beautiful. Love what y'all doing over here, man.
Appreciate that. So I'm going to start asking you about how was your upbringing in Camden, growing up in Camden? How was that?
It was good, man. My upbringing was good. You know, same poverty as everybody else. It wasn't like I was, you know, I'm not one of them type niggas that'll get on a platform and act like I was starving and we had to eat butter sandwiches. Nah, it wasn't like that. You know, we did get to eat every day and everything like that. Certain things you can't get, you know, that's what it was. Single parent household, but kind of strange situation. Like my mom, my birth mother, gave me to her sister when I was a baby or whatever. So a lot of people from my hood, if they talking about my mom, they're actually talking about my aunt, you know. But they both, you know, played pivotal, you know, parts of my life. I stayed with my aunt that I call mommy until I was like 10 years old. Then I ended up getting kicked out of the crib, not due to no like me doing nothing bad shit. It was more of a she fell into the drug situation at the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the crack days. And, you know, she ended up getting swept up in that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. You being from Camden, I know you talk a lot about like comic books and things like that, you know, all them things. So how did you avoid the streets being from Camden?
I mean, I didn't have to really, I ain't have to avoid the streets for real. I'm a nerd, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things when I tell people stuff like this, I mean, some people might take offense, depending on how you want to look at it. You do have the streets as an influence where you at, but then, you know, it's kind of like what Jay-Z said when he said sometimes you was who you was before you got here. Certain things never even stuck out to me, like I never cared. So if I go outside and I see the only person in the neighborhood that got a chain on or got a nice vehicle with some rims on there is hustling, I didn't care about those things anyway. I never looked at the chain and was like, yo, I need that. I ain't really look up to stuff like that. I looked up to talent, you know what I mean, was something I looked up to. So if a person could do something real well, I'm like, damn, that's what I was in all of. And the only knucklehead thing was fighting. Like, I looked up to people that could fight. That was something that interested me, and the only real trouble that I would get into. You know what I'm saying?
Because I always say from your story, like most people from the hood, they're gonna gravitate to everything that come with the hood. You know, only because it's like I think it's people naturally follow other people. Yeah, so I think for you to go a different direction.
Yeah. I mean, even within the crib, like, you know, even in the house, you know, if you got drugs in your house or you see your mom trapping, you know what I'm saying, bagging up at the table, but it's weird because it'll be like, my mom might be bagging up at the table, but when I walk by, it's that, I better never see you doing this, you know, that type of shit. When obviously a lot of people end up still doing that. Right. But for me, even when I would hear that, I better never see you doing this, my brain was more like, you're not going to see me doing it. I don't have no interest in that. Gotcha. I'll probably be, in my head, I'm like, I'll be drawing at Marvel Comics or some shit like that, you know what I mean? That was my thought process.
Who your favorite superhero?
I mean, I guess Wolverine probably. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine. When I was younger, people didn't know about like X-Men and stuff like that. If you was a kid in the 80s, early 90s, you only knew about Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. But for comic book collecting kids, we read X-Men and shit like that. So people like things that other people don't know about when they get to have a little niche thing. And I remember having like a inside of comic books, it was like a picture of a Wolverine #1. He's a strange character. He wasn't shooting lasers or nothing. He had knives, you know, something that you felt like you could have. You feel me? So I cut a picture out of that and I had it in my top drawer for years. I used to look at it and wish that I had that comic book, and I bought it as a grown man. You know what I'm saying? To have that issue #1. So that's a matter of fact, in my studio when you came in, it was the first thing you seen like up there on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.